Okay, and let me share my screen. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मत्समो नास्ति पापात्मा न पराधी च कश्चन परिहारेऽपि लज्जामे किं ब्रुवे पुरुषोत्तमा। युवतीनां यथा योनि यूनां च युवतौ यथा मनोभिरमते तद्वन्मनो मे रमतां त्वयि। भूमौ स्खलितपादानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनं त्वयि जाता परादानां त्वामेव शरणं प्रभो। गोविन्द वल्लभे राधे प्रार्थये त्वमहं सदा त्वदीयम् इति जानातु गोविन्दो मां त्वया सह। राधे वृन्दावनाधीशे करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया निजपादाब्जा दास्यं मह्यं प्रदीयताम्। कृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरिव सहिष्णुना। 1 second. I'm so sorry. That was I got a call from the temple president of Berkeley temple, so I could not ignore that call. So I have to take. I'm so sorry. Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna manina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi. Katanchana smrite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrite viparitam syat Sri Chaitanyam namamitam. संसार दुःख जलदौ प्रतितस्य कामा क्रोधादिनक्रमकरे कबलीकृतस्य दुर्वासना निगडितस्य निराश्रयस्य चैतन्यचन्द्र मम देहि पदावलम्बम् चैतन्यचन्द्र मम देहि पदावलम्बम् Hare Krishna. So Vishnu Prabhu dropped out. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. And again, apologize. I have to take a important call in between. So I would like to ask, is there any questions or any topics that you wanted to discuss before we get started today? Anil Prabhu, Venkatrama Prabhu, Sarita Mataji.
No, not from my side.
Okay. So I hope there are no questions. So we will start from where we left off last time. Okay. So we were discussing this verse. And does anyone remember where we stopped? Let me search.
We still stopped at page number 12, Prabhuji. Maybe you can search for the sentence, Bala na paribe. Or somewhere, do not dress luxuriously.
Do not dress luxuriously. Yeah?
That's the sentence, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go there. So this is the first instruction that is written by Srila Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Instruction, which is called Upadeshamrita. We'll recite the shloka, we'll study the meaning, and then we'll go to the previous stage, wherever we left off. Vacho vegam manasah krodha vegam jihva vegam udaropasta vegam etan vegan yo vishasheta dira sarvamapi ma prithivim tasishyat. Sarita Mataji, you want to read the translation?
Yes, Prabhu. Translation. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue. Belly and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. Thank you, Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. So we have been discussing few sessions of this, and then we went over some question and answers later. So here where we stopped. There are 6 kinds of rasas tastes, and if one is agitated by any one of them, he becomes controlled by the urges of the tongue. Some persons are attracted to eating of meat, fish, crabs, eggs, and other things produced by semen and blood, and eaten in the form of dead bodies. Others are attracted by eating vegetables, creepers, spinach, or milk products. but all for the satisfaction of the tongue's demands. Such eating for sense gratification, including the use of extra quantities of spices like chili and tamarind, is to be given up by Krishna conscious persons. The use of pan, haritaki, betel nuts, various spices used in pan making. Let's see what is haritaki is. So this is called haritaki. So what is this called in Telugu? Does anyone know? Is this called jajikaya?
No, Prabhu. Jajikaya used in pujas, actually, prayers and Jajikaya, all those things. Basically, Jajikaya is used in Vinayaka Chaudhary. Patram, Pushpam, Jajikaya, all those things. But this is not Jajikaya.
Okay, so this is haritaki.
Jajikaya is nothing but Yelakaya, I think. That's other word of Jajikaya is this one.
So what is this, Prabhu, then? I don't think we use this, right?
We don't came across those things.
Okay. So the use of pan, haritaki, betel nuts, various spices used in pan making, tobacco, LSD, marijuana, opium, liquor, coffee, and tea is indulged. Tea is indulged in a full illicit demands. If we can practice accepting only remnants of food offered to Krishna, it is possible to get free from Maya's victimization. Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk products, and water are proper foods to offer to the Lord, as Lord Krishna himself prescribes. However, if one accepts prasada only because of its palatable taste and thus eats too much, he also falls prey to trying to satisfy the demands of the tongue. So basically, our mood should be to honor prasadam. Our mood should not be to kind of enjoy the prasadam. So let me put it in a different way. It's okay to go to the temple, and if there is an opulent prasadam, for example, temple has cooked so many varieties of feast for a festival, and there are so many varieties of food offered to the devotees. At the time, you can honor them. That is not called sense gratification. But if you are hunting for Mahaprasadam, sometimes when you go to any temples, right, they give the Mahaprasadam, the Boga plate that is offered. Once I went to Mayapur Dham, and so I went to that office person who maintains the office of Mayapur Dham. And then, I know him personally. He's a very good friend of me. So I went there, and then after talking for some time, they got the big plate. The plate itself is like this big, literally this big and like oval shaped. That plate is the one that is directly put in front of the Lord, and then they put so many preparations in that. That single plate can feed at least, I would say, comfortably about 8 to 10 people. So they got that to the office room, and because we went to Mayapur Dham for the first time, they gave us that. Now, when something like that comes in of its own accord, you should honor it, and you can honor the prasadam till your neck. So that is fine. That is fine. But if you're hunting for that prasadam, say for example, oh, if I meet this person, I will get very, very opulent prasadam. And every day you try to go to the temple at that time so that you get very, very opulent prasadam. That is not okay. If it is coming, if the prasadam is coming on its own accord, you should honor it. You should enjoy the prasadam. But you should not become so addicted that I will go to a certain restaurant, temple restaurants, and I'm going to honor this prasadam every day. That also falls in the sense gratification. So there is one question that is asked to His Holiness Raghunath Swami Maharaj. So Maharaj, sometimes, we devotees, we do not have anything. We don't do any sense gratification. We stop meat eating, we stop gambling, we don't go to casinos, and then we stop illicit sex, and we stop intoxication, and all these things. We stop all these things. Now, the only thing that a devotee can really enjoy is the prasadam. Now, sometimes we feel that, sometimes the devotee is asking, sometimes I feel that I'm only eating prasadam for my enjoyment. So Maharaj gave the answer that yes, you have to honor prasadam for your enjoyment. Like if somebody called you for lunch or dinner, and then if somebody is feeding you prasadam, then you should honor it happily, right? Like for example, one example that Maharaj has given, there is a nice garland that is put, and somebody is coming and then they just throw the garland on their face. This is for you, take it. Instead of that, if the person holds the garland and with a very smilingly, nicely, with respect and everything, you honor it. And the person who is taking the garland also feels so happy. There is mutual happiness there. So like that, we can enjoy prasadam, but we should not hunt for prasadam. So that is the thing that it is mentioned here. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us to avoid very palatable dishes even while eating prasada. If we offer palatable dishes to the deity with the intention of eating such nice food, we are involved in trying to satisfy the demands of the tongue. So we should offer palatable dishes for the enjoyment of the Lord. But if we think that, okay, I like bendi sabji, I feel like eating bendi sabji today, and then, or I would like to eat gulab jamun, and then you make gulab jamun, and then you offer to the Lord and you take. That also a little bit falls in the category of satisfying our demands of the tongue, right? But in the sadhaka stage, when we are practicing devotional service, it's fine. Whatever you wanted to eat, you can still go and then get those foods and then prepare nicely for Krishna. Offer it first to Krishna, put a tulsi leaf, offer to Krishna, and then you can honor it. If we accept an invitation of a rich man with the idea of receiving palatable food, we are also trying to satisfy the demands of the tongue. So we should not hunt for the prasadam. As far as it comes on its own accord, you should be able to take it, honor it. Nice. Jihwara lalasa ye iti uti dhaya shishnodhara parayana Krishna nahi paya. That person who runs here and there seeking to gratify his palate. Palate is tongue. That person who runs here and there seeking to gratify his palate and who is always attached to the desires of his stomach and genitals is unable to attain Krishna. So this is also one of the reasons why we do not engage in sense gratification. Because when somebody engages in sense gratification, that person is unable to attain Krishna for this shloka. As stated before, the tongue, belly, and genitals are all situated in a straight line, and they fall in the same category. Lord Chaitanya has said, Balana kaiba ara, balana paribe. Do not dress luxuriously and do not eat delicious foodstuffs. So why are they saying do not dress luxuriously? So if the intention of dressing oneself to attract the opposite sex or to agitate the opposite gender, that is not something good consciousness, because our consciousness is so much into that aspect that we may not think of Krishna. So that is in the context where it is written, do not dress luxuriously. But if there is a festival, say if there is Janmashtami going on, or if there is Balram Purnima going on, you should dress up nicely for the pleasure of Krishna. So gopis used to dress themselves very nicely. They used to decorate with nice jewelry, all the gopi dots. They used to decorate their face, everything. They used to put nice flowers. The only reason for them is when Krishna looks at me, he will enjoy looking at me. Krishna will feel pleasure looking at me. That is the main intention of the gopis dressing nicely. So we can also dress opulently and nicely, provided when we are going in front of the Lord will feel happy seeing the devotee. That should be the intention. The intention should not be, I dress very opulently so that I can attract people. I can show how much wealth I have or how beautiful I am. How much attraction that I can, how many people I can attract. So that is not the right attitude. And do not eat delicious foodstuffs. So we should not be addicted to delicious foodstuffs. So let's further read. Okay. Venkatrama Prabhu, can you read this paragraph?
Yeah, okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So those who suffer from disease of the stomach must be unable to control the urges of the bodily, urges of the belly, at least according to this analysis. When we desire to eat more than necessary, we automatically create many inconveniences in life. However, if we observe fasting days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami, we can restrain the demands of the belly.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I will tell some personal realizations about myself. Before I followed Ekadashi or Janmashtami and after I followed, what is the result? So typically before I came to Krishna consciousness, my hunger level used to be too high. So for example, lunchtime, if there is a lunchtime and if the time is not met for lunch to be ready, say if I have to eat at 12 o'clock. So starting at 11:30, I feel hungry, and 12 o'clock, my hunger is burning. And then if it gets delayed by any like 12:15 or 12:30, it proportionally increases. And then, I also used to get angry because the lack of food. So again, this is the nature of the body. So this is how I was. But after starting doing Ekadashis, so Ekadashi is what I eat 3 times a day in Ekadashi. We take only the Ekadashi prasadam. We don't eat grains and beans on that day. So without that, you can do a lot of foodstuffs on Ekadashi. Just by following that for 1 to 2, 3 or Ekadashis, my hunger is in control. My hunger is in full control. And then first time when I went to Ratha Yatra, again, I'm talking specifically about myself now. When I went, I was so much accustomed to living in the air-conditioned room. So my house is air-conditioned, my car is air-conditioned, my office room is air-conditioned, and the shopping malls wherever I go is also air-conditioned. So I'm so much accustomed. And I generally did not go in the sunlight much. I used to go, but immediately, there are facilities where I can go in the AC. So first time when I went to Ratha Yatra, there was the day before Ratha Yatra, there was a service that, they put up a tent outside in the garden and then they are out packing the books. So it's an outdoor activity, and that day is super hot. So I was doing very enthusiastically. I was packing the books, I was helping, and I was sweating a lot. And by the time it was 3 o'clock, I had drained myself a lot of sweat, and I went home and I got dehydrated, and I had a vomiting and all that stuff. So after that, until that point, I never did Janmashtami fasting or Pandav Nirjal fasting. I never did all those things. This is my first Radha Yatra I went, and that is the situation. And after that, then one devotee came to my home, and then he told the glories of Ekadashi, especially the Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi, where you have to fast the whole day, whole night. You should not drink even water. Nirjal, no gel also. No eating, no drinking water even. From morning till the next day, until you take bath and then break the fast. It's the first time in my life. It was really, really hard. By the time afternoon, I started some headache and all that, but I somehow survived. So after that, now I go for book distribution. I go for Radha Yatra. I go on the streets. Nothing happens. So your body is accustomed. So again, I'll read this paragraph now. Those who suffer from diseases of the stomach must be unable to control the urges of the belly, at least according to this analysis. When we desire to eat more than necessary, we automatically create many inconveniences in life. However, if we observe fasting days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami, we can restrain the demands of the belly. So there are multiple benefits of doing this. You will very easily be able to control the urge of the belly, hunger. So that is the urges of the belly. Well, if anyone has any questions, please stop and ask. Otherwise, we'll move on. Hare Krishna, G.K. Prabhu. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna Babaji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavad Pranam.
Agro Srila Prabhupada Babaji.
Okay, Anil Prabhu, can you read this paragraph?
Okay, Prabhu. As far as the urges of the genitals are concerned, there are two: proper, improper, or legal and illegal sex. When a man is properly matured, he can marry according to the rules and regulations of Shastra and use his genitals for the begetting nice children. That is legal and religious. Otherwise, he may adopt many artificial means to satisfy the demands of the genitals, and he may not use any restraint. When one indulges in illicit sex, as defined by the Shastras, either by thinking, planning, taking about, or actually having sexual intercourse, or by satisfying the genitals by artificial means, he is caught in the clutches of Maya. These instructions apply not only to the householders, but also to Tyagis, or those who are in the renounced order of life. In this book, Prema Vivarta, chapter 7, Sri Jagannatha Pandita says,
Jagadananda Pandita says,
Jagadananda Pandita says. Should I
Vaira,
read that, Prabhu?
I'll read Prabhu. Vairagi bhai gramya kata na sunibe kane, gramya varta na kahibe, yabe milibe ane, swapneo na kara bhai, stri sambhashana, grihe stri chadiya bhai, ashiya chavana, yadi chaha pranaya, rakhite, गौरांगे रसाने छोटा हरिदासेरा कथा थाके ये न माने भाला ना काई बारा भाला ना परिबे हृदय राधा कृष्णा सर्वादा से विभे. Now read this, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. My dear brother, you are in the renounced order of life and should not listen to talk about ordinary worldly things. Nor should you talk about worldly things when you meet with others. Do not think of woman, even in dreams. You have accepted the renounced order of life with a vow that forbids you to associate with women. If you wish to associate with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you must always remember the incident of Chota Haridasa and how he was rejected by Lord. Do not eat luxurious dishes or dress in fine garments, but always remain humble and serve their lordships, Sri Radha Krishna in your heart and in your heart of hearts.
Okay, so here they told about Chota Haridas. There is a pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Maybe I can narrate that. So Chota Haridas is one of the brahmacharis. So he's in the renounced order, right? So only grihasthas should be allowed to interact with other women, especially brahmacharis, sannyasis, and vanaprasthas. They are not allowed. Only grihasthas will be allowed to have interaction with women. Now, this Chota Haridas was in the renounced order of life. He was a brahmachari. And one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were doing some festival preparations. So, they sent this Chota Haridas to one Mataji. Actually, she was an elderly Mataji. And then to collect some rice, to bring some rice. So, Chota Haridas goes there. And then he asks for the rice, but he glances at this woman in an inappropriate way. So he actually did not actually commit any sinful act there, but he glanced at this elderly woman who was a very high standard devotee, very, very great devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the heart of every living entity, is Krishna himself. So he understood what Chota Haridas has done. So immediately he ordered his servant to send Chota Haridas away. So Chota Haridas is now rejected by the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Mahavadanyaya. So Chota Haridas was not allowed to meet Haridas Thakur is, Chota Haridas is not now allowed to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu anymore. And all the devotees were feeling so much inconvenient with this. And they were all feeling so much pain because devotees always care for each other. They're all Vaishnavas. They were thinking, how Chota Haridas, without the company of devotees, what will happen to him? Right? What will be his situation? So they were all very much concerned about Chota Haridas. And then they again come back and plead the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, my dear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please allow him. If he has done some mistake, you can punish him. But please allow him. Actually, we can read that pastime. Yeah, the chastisement of Junior Haridas. So let's read this pastime. We'll only do the English maybe. So chapter 2, the chastisement of Junior Haridasa. The purport of this chapter is explained by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura in his Amrita Pravaha Bhasya as follows. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, wanted to explain direct meetings with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, meetings with those empowered by him, and his Avirbhava appearance. Thus he described the glories of Narsimhananda and other devotees. A devotee named Bhagavan Acharya was exceptionally faithful to the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nevertheless, his brother Gopala Bhatta Acharya discoursed upon the commentary of impersonalism Mayavada. Srila Swarupa Damodar Goswami, the secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, forbid Bhagavan Acharya to indulge in hearing that commentary. Later, when Junior Haridas, following the order of Bhagavan Acharya, went to collect alms from Madhavi Devi, he committed an offense by talking intimately with a woman, although he was in the renounced order. Because of this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected Junior Haridasa. And despite all the requests of the Lord's stalwart devotees, the Lord did not accept him again. 1 year after this incident, Junior Haridas went to the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna and committed suicide. In his spiritual body, however, he continued to sing devotional songs, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard them. When the Vaishnavas of Bengal went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these incidents became known to Swarup Damodara and others. So, translation. Maybe, we can do this today. So basically, this is the pranam prayers that we sing. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah. So I want each devotee to read 5-5. I'll read the Sanskrit and Bengali, sorry, and you can read the remaining. So I'll start from Vishnu Prabhu. So Vishnu Prabhu, you can read 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. 3 shlokas you can read. Sarvaloka uddharite gauravatara nistar hetu tatra trivida prakara.
Sarvaloka
No. You need not repeat the Bengali, Prabhu. You just read the
translation, right?
Yeah.
In his incarnation of as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Sri Krishna descended to deliver all the living beings in the 3 worlds from Brahmaloka down to Patalaloka. He caused their deliverance in 3 ways.
साक्षात् दर्शनारा योग्य भक्त जीवे आवेशाकाराय काहाविर्भावे.
The Lord delivered the fallen souls in some places by meeting them directly, in other places by empowering a pure devotee, and in still other places by appearing before someone himself.
साक्षात् दर्शने प्राय सब निस्तरीला नकुला ब्रह्मचारी देहे आविष्टाहैला प्रद्युम्न नरसिंहानंदा आगे कैला आविर्भावा लोका निस्तारी बाए ईश्वर स्वभावा.
Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered almost all the fallen souls by directly meeting them. He delivered others by entering the bodies of great devotees such as Nakula Brahmachari, and he delivered still others by appearing before them, as in the case of Nanda Brahmachari. I shall deliver the fallen souls. These statement characterizes the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay. साक्षात् दर्शने सबा जगत तारीला एका बारे देखिला से कृतार्थ हैला.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally present, anyone in the world who met him even once was fully satisfied and became spiritually advanced.
गौड़ा देशेरा भक्तगणा प्रत्यब्दाशिया पुनः गौड़ा देशे आया प्रभुरे मिलिया.
Translation: Every year, devotees from Bengal will go to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and after the meeting, they will return to Bengal.
आरानाना देशेरा लोकासि जगन्नाथा चैतन्य चराना देखी आइला कृतार्था.
Translation. Similarly, people who went to Jagannath Puri from various provinces of India were fully satisfied after seeing the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay, one more, Prabhu. Saptadvipera lokara navakhandavasi deva gandharva kinnara manushya veshayashi.
Translation. People from all over the universe, including the 7 islands, the 9 khandas, the planet of the demigods, Gandharva Loka and Kinnarva Loka will go there in the form of human beings.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Sanihita Mataji, welcome. So you can read another 10 verses.
Prabhu, I think she cannot read. That's what she posted in the group.
Oh, she posted. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, GK Prabhu. Hare
Yeah, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so you can read 10 verses.
Yes, Prabhu.
Translations. Text 11. Prabhure dekiyaya Vaishnavahaya Krishna Bali Nache Sabha Prema Vishtahaya.
Translation. Having seen the Lord, they all became Vaishnavas. Thus, in ecstatic love of Godhead, they chanted the Hare Krishna mantra and danced.
Hey Mata Darshane Trijagat Nistari Ekeha Site Nare Aneka Samsari.
Thus, by direct meetings, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the 3 worlds. Some people, however, were entangled in material activities and could not go.
तासावतारिते प्रभो शेषबदेशे योग्यमुक्ता जीवे देहे करेण आवेशे.
To deliver people in religions throughout the universe who could not meet him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally entered the bodies of pure devotees.
This is also very important. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally entered the bodies of pure devotees. Text 14. से जीवे निज भक्ति करे न प्रकाशे ताहारा दर्शने वैष्णवा हय सर्वदेशे.
Thus he empowered living beings, his pure devotees, by manifesting in them so much of his own devotion that people in all other countries became devotees by seeing them.
हे माता आवेशे तरिला त्रिभुवाना गौडाईचे आवेशा खरी दिग्दर्शना.
In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the entire 3 worlds not only by his personal presence but also by empowering others. I shall briefly describe how he empowered a living being in Bengal.
Okay, text 16. Ambuya muluke haya nakula brahmachari parama vaishnava teho bhadadikari.
In Abhuya Muluka, there was an in-person named Nakula Brahmachari, who was a perfectly pure devotee, greatly advanced in devotional service.
Gauda deshera loka nistarite manahaila nakula hridaye prabhu avesha karila.
Desiring to deliver all the people of Bengal, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the heart of Nakula Brahmachari.
Grahagrasta praya nakula prema vishtahaya haishe kande nache gaya unmattahaya.
Nakula Brahmachari became exactly like a man haunted by a ghost. Thus he sometimes laughed, sometimes cried, sometimes danced, and sometimes chanted like a madman.
Ashru kampa stamba sveda satvika vikara nirantara prema nritya sanghana hunkara.
He continuously exhibited bodily transformations of transcendental love. Thus he cried, trembled, became stunned, perspired, danced in love of Godhead, and made sounds like those of a cloud.
Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered him, he is behaving like this. Taiche Gaura Kanti, Taiche Sada Prema Vesha, Taha Deki Bhare Aisha Sarva Gauda Desha.
His body shone with same luster as that of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he showed the same absorption in ecstatic love of Godhead. People came from all provinces of Bengal to see those symptoms. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, GK Prabhu. So, Sarita Mataji, can you read the next 10?
Yes, Prabhu.
यारे देखा तारे काहे कहा कृष्ण नामा ताहारा दर्शाने लोका हाया प्रेमोद्दामा.
He advised whomever he met to chant the holy names Hare Krishna. Thus, upon seeing him, people were overwhelmed with love of Godhead.
चैतन्येरा वेशाहाय नकुलेर देहे शुनि शिवानंदायला करिया संदेहे.
When Sivananda Sena heard that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had entered the body of Nakula Brahmachari, he went there with doubts in his mind.
परीक्षा करिते तारा यावे इच्छा हायला बाहिरे रहिया तबे विचार करेला.
Desiring to test the authenticity of Nakula Brahmachari, he stayed outside thinking as follows.
आपने बोला ना मोरे यह यदि जानी हमारा इष्टा मंत्र जानी काहे ना पानी ताबे जानी नहाते हया चैतन्य वेशे एता चिंति शिवानंदा राहिला दुर्देशे.
If Nakula Brahmachari personally calls me and knows my worshipable mantra, then I shall understand that he is inspired by the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thinking in this way, he stayed some distance apart.
So now Nakula Brahmachari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into Nakula Brahmachari and Shivananda Sen is testing. Asanshaya lokera gatha kehe asya aishayaya lokera sangatha keha dashanana paya.
There was a large crowd of people, some coming and some going. Indeed, some people in that great crowd could not even see Nakula Brahmachari.
आवेशे ब्रह्मचारी कहे शिवानंद आचे दूरे जना दुई चारी यहाँ बोला हता हारे.
In his inspired state, Nakula Brahmachari said, Sivananda Sena is staying some distance away. 2 or 4 of you go call him.
चारिदिके दयालोके शिवानंद बाले शिवानंद कौन तो माया बोलाया ब्रह्मचारी.
Thus people began running here and there, calling in all directions. Shivananda, whoever is Shivananda, please come. Nakula Brahmachari is calling you.
सुनी शिवानंद सेना ताहा सिंह ताहा शीघ्र आयला नमस्कार करी तारा निकटे वसीला.
Hearing these calls, Shivananda Sena quickly went there, offered obeisances to Nakula Brahmachari, and sat down near him.
ब्रह्मचारी भले तुम्ही करील समस्या एक माना हाय सुना ताहारा निश्चया.
Nakula Brahmachari said, I know that you are doubtful. Now please hear this evidence with great attention.
Okay, Venkatrama Prabhu, can you read the next 10?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarita Mataji. Venkatrama Prabhu, you are on mute.
Yes, Prabhu.
Text 31. Gaura Gopala Mantra Tomara Chari Akshar Avivasa Chadaye Kariya Chantar.
So you are chanting the Gauranga Gopala mantra composed of 4 syllables. Now please give up the doubts that have resided within you.
See? So Shivananda Sen tested. Did really Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into the Nakula Brahmachari? If so, let him call me and tell me what the mantra I am chanting. And he exactly told that Gaura Gopala mantra is the 4-syllable mantra you are chanting. Text 32. Tabe Shivanande Ramana Pratiti Haila Aneka Samana Kari Aneka Samana Kari Bahu Bhakti Kaila.
So Sivananda Sena thereupon developed full confidence in his mind that Nakula Brahmachari was filled with the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Shivananda Sena then offered him respect and devotional service.
हे माता महाप्रभुर अचिंत्य प्रभावा हे बेसुना प्रभुरायचे आयाविर्भावा.
In this way, one should understand the inconceivable potencies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, please hear how his appearance, Avirbhava, takes place.
Sachira mandire ara nityananda nartane Shrivasa kirtane ara raghava bhavane e charitai prabhur sada virbhav prema 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 krishta haya prabhura sahaja swabhava.
So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always appeared in 4 places: in the household temple of Mother Sati,
Sachi.
in the places where Sri Nityananda Prabhu danced, in the house of Srivasa Pandita during congregational chanting, and in the house of Raghava Pandita. He appeared because of his attraction to the love of his devotees. That is his natural characteristic.
नरसिंहानंदेरागे आविर्भूताया भोजन करिलाता सुनामनदिया.
So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared before Narsimhananda Brahmachari and ate his offering. Please hear about this with attention.
शिवानंदेरा भागिना श्रीकांतासेना नामा प्रभुरा कृपाते ते हो बड़ा भाग्यवान.
Sivananda Sena had a nephew named Srikanta Sena, who by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was extremely fortunate.
एका वत्सरा ते हो प्रथमा एकेश्वरा प्रभुरा देखी भारे आयला उत्कंठांतारा.
So 1 year, Srikanta Sena came alone to Jagannatha Puri in great eagerness to see the Lord.
महाप्रभु तारे देखी बड़ा कृपा कैला मासा दुई ते हो प्रभुर न खटे रहीला.
So, seeing Srikanta Sena, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed causeless mercy upon him. So Srikanta Sena stayed near Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for about 2 months at Jagannatha Puri.
ताबे प्रभु तारे आज्ञा कायला गौड़यायते भक्तगणे निषेधिहा एकाके आसीते.
So when he was about to return to Bengal, the Lord told him, forbid the devotees of Bengal to come to Jagannatha Puri this year.
Thank you, Venkatram Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so GK Prabhu read, Vishnu Prabhu read, right? Anil Prabhu, can you read next time?
Yes, Prabhu.
Text 41. E vatsara tanhami yaimu apane tahai milimo sabha advaita disane.
Translation. This year I shall personally go to Bengal and meet all the devotees there, headed by Advaita Acharya.
शिवानंदे का ही हामी पौषमासे आचंबिते आवस्यामि याई भक्तानरपासे.
Please inform Shivananda Sena that in the month of Pushya, December, January, I shall certainly go to his home.
जगदानंद हायताहां तेहो भिक्षा दीबे साबरे कहिहा ये वत्सरा के हनाई भी आइस आसीबे.
Jagadananda is there, and he will give me offerings of food. Inform them all that no one should come to Jagannath Puri this year.
ಶ್ರೀಕಾಂತ ಸಿಯ ಗೌಡ ಸಂದೇಶ ಕಹೀಲ ಸುನಿ ಭಕ್ತ ಗಾನ ಮನೆ ಆನಂದ ಹೈಲ.
When Srikanta Sena returned to Bengal and delivered this message, the minds of all the devotees were very pleased.
ಚರಿತೆ ಶಿಲಾಚಾರ್ಯ ರಾಹಿಲ ಸ್ಥಿರಹಾಯ ಶಿವಾನಂದ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ರಾಹೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಾಶಾಕಾರಿಯ.
Advaita Acharya was just about to go to Jagannath Puri with other devotees, but upon hearing this message, he waited. Shivananda Sena and Jagannatha also stayed back, awaiting the arrival of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
ಪೌಷ ಮಾಸೆ ಆಯಿಲ ದುನೆ ಸಾಮಗ್ರಿ ಕರಿಯ ಸಂಧ್ಯಾ ಪರ್ಯಂತ ರಹೆ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷಾ ಕರಿಯ.
When the month of Pausa arrived, Jagadananda and Shivananda collected all kinds of paraphernalia for the Lord reception. Every day, they would wait until evening for the Lord to come.
ಏ ಮಾತಾ ಮಾಸ ಗೆಲ ಘೋಷಾಯಿನ ಆಯಿಲ ಜಗದಾನಂದ ಶಿವಾನಂದ ದುಃಖಿತ ಆಯಿಲ.
As the month passed up, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come. Jagadananda and Shivananda became most unhappy.
ಆಚಂಬಿತೆ ನರಸಿಂಹಾನಂದ ತಾಹನಿಯ ಆಯಿಲ ಧುನೆ ತಾರೆ ಮಿಲಿತ ಬೇ ಸ್ಥಾನೆ ವಸಾಯಿಲ. धुने दुखी दुखी तबे कहे नरसिम्हानंदा तोमा दुख करे केना राखी निरानंदा.
Suddenly, Nrsimhananda arrived, and Jagadananda and Shivananda arranged for him to sit near them. Seeing them happy, so unhappy, seeing them both so unhappy, Nrsimhananda inquired, "Why do I see that you are both despondent?"
काबे शिवानंद तारे सकला कहिला आसीबा आज्ञा दुई दिला प्रभु के नाइला.
Then Shivananda Sena told him, "Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu promised that he would come. Why then has he not arrived?"
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, next GK Prabhu, you can read the next 10. GK Prabhu, you're on mute.
Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yeah.
Next 51. सुनी ब्रह्मचारी कहे कारण संतोषे आमितानि बतारे तृतीया दिवासे.
Hearing this, Narasimhananda Brahmachari replied, "Please be satisfied. I assure you that I shall bring him here 3 days from now."
ताहारा प्रभाव प्रेम जाने दुई जाने आनी बे प्रभु रे बे निश्चय कैला माने.
Shivananda and Jagadananda knew of Narasimhananda Brahmachari's influence and love of God. Therefore, they now felt assured that he would certainly bring Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
प्रद्युम्न ब्रह्मचारी तारा निज नामा नरसिंहानंद नाम तारा कैला गौरधामा.
His real name was Pradyumna Brahmachari. The name Narasimhananda had been given to him by Lord Gaurasundara himself.
दुई दिना ध्याने करे शिवानंदर खाइला पानी हाटी ग्रामे आमी प्रभु रानीला.
After meditating for 2 days, Narasimhananda Brahmachari told Shivananda Sena, "I have already brought Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the village known as Panihati."
काली मध्याह्ने ते हो आसी बेना तोमार घरे पाका सामग्री आना आमी भिक्षा हिमुतारे.
Tomorrow at noon, he will come to your home. Therefore, please bring all kinds of cooking ingredients. I shall personally cook and offer him food.
ताबे तारे थामी आनी बसत Tatvara Nishchaya Kahilana Kichu Sandehanakara.
In this way, I shall bring him here very soon. Be assured that I am telling you the truth. Do not be doubtful.
Ye Chahiyetaha Tarahaya Tatpara Ati Twaraya Kariba Phaka Shuna Atapara.
Bring all the ingredients very soon, for I want to begin cooking immediately. Please do what I say.
Paka Samagri Anaha Amiya Yaha Chai Ema Gila Shivananda Nidila Tai.
Narasimhananda Brahmachari said to Shivananda, please bring whatever cooking ingredients I want. Thus Shivananda Sena immediately brought whatever he asked for.
Pratakale Haite Paka Karila Par Nana Vyanjana Pitha Kshiranana Upahara.
Beginning early in the morning, Narasimhananda Brahmachari cooked many varieties of food, including vegetables, cakes, sweet rice, and other preparations.
Jagannathera Bhinna Bhoga Prutak Badila Chaitanya Prabhura Lagi Ara Bhoga Kaila.
After he finished cooking, he brought separate dishes for Jagannatha and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Ishtadeva. Okay, next we'll read.
Hare
Vishnu,
Krishna.
Vishnu Prabhu, you can read. Thank you, GK Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu.
Next 10 slokas you can read. Ishtadeva Narsimha Lagi Prutak Badila Tina Jane Samarpiya Bharire Dhyana Kaila.
Translation, he also separately offered dishes to Narasimhadeva, his worshipable duty. Thus, he divided all the food into these three offerings. Then, outside the temple, he began to meditate upon the Lord.
Deke Shigra Siva Sila Chaitanya Gosai Tina Bhoga Kaila Kichu Avashishtanai.
Translation, in his meditation, he saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quickly come, sit down, and eat all three offerings, leaving behind no remnants.
Oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did come, he ate quickly and he did not offer any remnants. Text 63. Anande Vihvala Pradyumna Pade Ashudhara Aha Kiba Kara Bali Karayet Prutakara.
Pradyumna Brahmachari was overwhelmed by transcendental ecstasy upon seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating everything. Thus, tears flowed from his eyes. Nevertheless, he expressed dismay, saying, alas, my dear Lord, what are you doing? You are eating everyone's food.
Jagannathe to Maya Ikya Khao Tara Bhoga Narsimhera Bhoga Kena Kara Upayoga.
Translation, my dear Lord, you are one with Jagannatha. Therefore, I have no objections to your eating his offering. But what are you touching the offering for? Why are you touching the offering for Lord Narasimhadeva?
Narasimhadeva. Narsimhera Haila Jani Aji Upavasa Thakura Upavasi Rahe Jiye Kaiche Dasa.
Translation, I think Narasimhadeva could not eat anything today and therefore is fasting. If the master fasts, how can the servant leave?
Text 66. Because Narasimhadeva is the Ishtadaiva of this Narasimhacharya. So that's why Narasimha Brahmachari, Ishtadaiva is Narasimhadeva, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate both the offerings. And without Narasimhadev eating, how can he eat? So he is fasting. Bhojana deki yadyapi tara hridaye ullas Narsimha laksha kare bahye kichu kare dukha bhas.
Translation, although Narasimha Brahmachari felt jubilation within his heart to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating everything for the sake of Lord Narasimhadeva, he externally expressed disappointment.
Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Chaitanya Gosai Jagannatha Narsimha Saha Kichu Bhedanai.
Translation: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of God Himself. Therefore, there is no difference between Him, Lord Jagannatha, and Lord Narasimha.
Iha jani bare pradyumnera Ghauda Haitamana Taha dekhaila Prabhu Kariya Bhojana.
Translation: Pradyuma Brahmachari was deeply eager to understand this fact. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed it to him by a practical demonstration.
So the Pradyumna Brahmachari, other name is Narsimha Brahmachari. That is the one who's given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So both are same. So Pradyumna Brahmachari is eager to understand this fact. Why did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat both the bhogas? And Narsimha Dev is now, he didn't eat. And that is why my Ishtadev is Narsimha Dev, so I cannot eat. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed to him the practical demonstration now. Bhojana kariya Prabhu gela pani hati, santosha paila deki, vyanjana paripati.
After eating all the offerings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, started for Pani Hati. Therefore, he was greatly satisfied to see the different varieties of vegetables appeared in the house of Raghava.
Okay, we'll read one more and we'll stop. Text 70. Shivananda kahe, kena karaha futkara, theka kahe, deka tomar, prabhura vyavhar.
Shivananda said to Narasimhananda, why are you expressing dismay?
Yeah, so we'll stop here. So originally Shivananda Sen was in dismay. Narsimhananda Brahmachari, he came and he said that don't worry, I'll make the Lord appear in 3 days. And he cooked the bhoga and then the Lord ate both the prasadam. So Narsimhananda is in dismay right now. So we'll continue the remaining. What is this? Yeah, let me copy.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Wonderful Pranam Ji ke Prabhu.
This is Prabhuji. This is Chaitanya Amritam Prabhuji, right? This is
Yeah, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya Charitamrita. Can you please post this link, Prabhuji? It's very good. Actually, it's like fast track of going, but every sentence has its own next level. We can discuss actually. One paragraph is enough to discuss for 1 hour.
It is nectar, condensed nectar, Prabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita is condensed nectar.
Yeah, so I'm very fortunate to really listen to Antya Leela of from Sri Holy Grace Jayapatak Maharaj here in Dallas in person.
Oh.
It's really amazing. I mean,
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, so Anil Prabhu left. I think he has some meeting. Okay, so anybody has any questions? Otherwise, we can stop here and next week we'll finish this about Junior Haridas, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him. And then we'll go back to our verse that we are reading in Nectar of Instruction. Then we will connect all the dots.
so Pradyumna is also the name given to Sri Narasimha Brahmachari basically.
Yeah, Pradyumna Brahmachari and
Is nothing but
Narsimhananda Brahmachari both are
both are same. Same.
Narsimhananda
the
Brahmachari name is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Pradyumna Brahmachari.
So Prasad was cooked for 3. One is for Narasimha Brahmachari, one is for Jagannatha Swami, and also for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right?
No, Sadam is cooked for only 2.
Only for 2.
Only for
So
2.
Prabhu, when is this one?
This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhu.
Okay.
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Janmashtami is when, Prabhu? This week on
What?
Janmashtami.
No, Janmashtami is on September 6th and 7th. September 6th is Janmashtami and September 7th is Prabhupada appearance day. So take leave on those 2 days. I also took leave. And then,
Okay.
so Janmashtami, we should not miss it. You can come and do some service in the temple.
Mhm.
Please come. Full day there are services. Night is also there. Midnight service is also there. Okay, Prabhus. Any other questions, comments?
No, Prabhuji.
If not, we'll stop here and then we'll continue next week. Okay. So much. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णव अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
Jai.
की जय
All goes to all devotees, assembled devotees.
धन्यवाद।
Hare Krishna. Bye.
Hare Krishna, మళ్ళీ ఎప్పుడైనా కాల్ చేస్తాను ప్రభు అశోక్ ప్రభు.
Sure, Prabhu.
Thank you.